At it, feel like my game's in good shape, and it's nice to have a few events. It's not just like I'm Monday qualified into something and I've got to make it happen. It's like I can feel a little bit more relaxed because I know I'm going to, for the West Coast, at least play the first 3 events. So I feel really good about it. I feel like if I go play well, then I'm going to do fine, that's a good feeling to have, rather than kind of feeling like, well, I've got to go figure something out and hopefully I play good enough to do whatever. I know if I handle my part of it, it's going to work out.
Kind of take care of or control your own destiny.
Yeah.
I guess your first year nationwide was sort of the other way.
It was kind of the other way. I didn't really know how I was going to fit in. I wasn't really sure how my game would hold up, and I got off to a rough start because of it. I was focused on the wrong things, and now I feel like if I play the way I can play, that I'm going to beat a lot of guys. And I may not win the tournament, but I'm going to beat a lot of guys, and I can win the tournament. But and if I play bad, they're going to run me over. So, but it's kind of accepting that and understanding that. I can't go play poorly and play with the best players in the world. But that being said, if I play well, I'll be fine. Yeah.
How about the Hope? Are you a fan of the Hope? Have you gone and watched it growing up?
I have gone and watched it growing up. And I was actually down there the last couple days, played a practice round, Nicholas Private, and just trying to feel it out and see what it's going to be like. It's going to be different than every event just because of all the amateurs and playing all the different courses and 5 rounds. And it'll be a grind of a week, but it should be pretty fun.
Is it cool for you being close to home?
Yeah.
Not just this tournament, but
it is.
Some of the other ones too.
Yeah, definitely. It's very cool, and it's fun to have the West Coast come at the start of the season. That makes it really nice.
Yeah, that's a good point. Kind of gets you off on the right foot, hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, I guess next week, what's the schedule once you get to Hawaii?
We're leaving Friday. My wife and I are just hanging out a couple of days, Saturday and Sunday. I'll hit some balls and stuff, but nothing too major. And Nick gets in on Sunday night, and then he and I'll go out there early and play early Monday morning before the Pro-Am. And then we'll probably play at least 9 on Tuesday. And then there's a Pro-Am Wednesday, so we'll just practice and tee it up on Thursday.
Good times.
Yeah.
Pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah? How's your dad and mom? Are they excited?
Good. Yeah, they're going to Hawaii. They wanted to be there for the first one. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good for them. Yeah, they were freaking out in your last tournament.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
How were you? Were you that day was a big day?
Yeah, that was the hardest day that I've ever had to go through, and the hardest night the night before.
God, yeah.
I woke up about 4 a.m. and I was ready to go, and my tee time wasn't until 1, so I was like, what am I going to do for the next 9 hours?
What did you do? Were you able to?
I was able to go back to sleep a little bit, and then we kind of got up and had breakfast, and I don't know, it's all kind of a blur, but and then I said to Nick after we'd played 11 holes, I said, I feel like we've played 27 already. And then we had we had 11 more.
Yeah.
So, because I was just worn out. Just like he was talking about, you've got to be able to turn it off, in between shots. I didn't turn it off that day. And so about the 11th hole, I was just like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I need to get this over with.
And of course, then how many, was 3, 4?
4.
4 as well.
Yeah.
But hey, did you prove something to yourself that day?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And I've always kind of, when I've played well, I've had things kind of go wrong at the end. I've messed up a Canadian Tour event in 2006 that was still Edmonton. And it was still stinging me kind of up until that day.
Really?
Oh yeah, that stuff stays with you.
Yeah.
It's one thing, if somebody goes out and beats you, it's easier to accept.
You lost you had a 2-stroke lead?
I had 2 shots on the last hole. Yeah. And made double and then lost in the playoff. But I was at 20 under with 16 holes to play, and the playoff was at 16 under. So it was not a very good finale. But I learned a lot from that. And like my dad likes to say, experience is what you get when you don't get what you want. So. Yeah, kind of have to do it on your own. Kind of have to, and I took a different attitude into Tour Championship and into the last round that I would have taken in the past. And even like Saturday, when I got off to such a good start on Saturday, I took a different attitude than I would have had earlier in the season. Or, I kind of accepted it as an opportunity rather than okay, if I can do this and I get this. It was like, this is an opportunity to play well. So just go play as well as you can and let it kind of fall wherever, and you can accept failure, I think, easier that way if you go give it everything you've got rather than being uncommitted and worried about it and being like, oh, I got the lead. What do I do? You know, how do I hang on to this for the next 26 holes? It's like, well, you got no chance. You're going to finish 15th, you know. But instead, like on Saturday, I was in the last group and I birdied 6 of the first 7 holes. So I know I've got the lead. I don't know by how many, but when I got to the first scoreboard, I just kept my head down and I was like, I don't care what it is, make the putt on this hole and make the putt on the next hole and stomp on these guys while you're moving forward. You know, don't let it start creeping back because you've got the lead and you just want to hang on to it and do whatever. It was like just stomp on them and keep it moving forward.
And that's something, a new experience for you?
Yeah, completely new.
Wow.
Which is the thing that I'm most excited about, just because, like Edmonton week, for instance, that was just a week where putts went in the hole. I hit good shots, and I didn't know why. You know, it was just like, it just happened to be my week. I'm making 40-footers like it's going out of style. You know, it is what it is. I felt like I created the week at Tour Championship more than it was created for me. You know, like I just felt like in Edmonton, oh, this is my week. It doesn't matter what I do. Everything's going to work out. And Tour Championship, I was like, I made this happen, and I can continue to make things like this happen.